So are you thinking you don't want to do the over with him? Okay. Okay. And well, let's see what his hind yield just by itself looks like, and then we'll decide if that's an actual. Oh, he just thought to take an overstep to you. He seems to be doing that quite comfortably. Yeah, I mean that looked comfortable. It looked each step was thought through, but thought through because he wasn't sure how many you wanted. I didn't feel there was anything. Do the other directions because that's the direction we're gonna need. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah. Good boy. So if we can get him, so his over, let's see what you've done with him as far as his over. He's thinking about it. He's changed his mind. He wanted to say hi. It's like he just saw me finally. Okay, so in that case, though, he was trying something he thought. So in that case, I would have been a little less critical. I would have said no, but I wouldn't have said no maybe as if he was just doing something absolutely wrong. I would have been like, no, no, wrong way, wrong way. You know, like I would have kind of made it like, I appreciate your effort as opposed to just kind of making him no. Okay. So if he goes the wrong way this time, just kind of have your attitude of like, no, 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 you're just going the wrong way, bud. Because we don't want him to not try. If he thinks that there you go, go boy. Good boy. Wrong way. So don't change it. See, you've been saying over, over, and then you said over. So don't change the way the word sounds. So I'm going to tell you why he perceives that. Because you're doing a tip of his nose by doing this, so you're tipping his nose to you, and then your hand is out here, so it could be perceived as driving him away. Because that is how you tell him, you walk around like this and tell him like this, right? So he's seeing that as that. So he's actually not trying to do it wrong. Right, right. So what I would do, because we need his nose to tip that way anyway, I would do more of a karate chop at his nose and then say over, over, right? So this way he's, you see what I'm saying? This way you're still talking to his nose like you need to. Yep. It's okay. It's okay. So he's implying I don't have a true understanding of the word. Sure. I'm using my phone now because I'm hoping that I don't have to drag around all this stuff anymore. I will face you this way. Yeah, I always check them. Say, I know what to do with this thing, huh? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So see, that made it different for him as far as knowing to yield his hind end towards you instead of being his kind of his nose. Even though you're just trying to get his attention, you were drawing his nose towards you. So now I would say he understands its connection to the mounting block. So what we could do is, I want to use something a little bit smaller even than that. We could use your gloves. We can use his halter. Do you mind if we use your gloves for him to step over? Okay, because the halter I would be afraid to get tangled up in. So we're gonna ask him to over your gloves. This way because he makes the connection there. But I think if you ask him to over that block, he won't make that connection. So he won't be actually learning so I'm thinking he's not actually learning the over, he's learning to come over to the mounting block. So we want him to be able to, so that you have use of it in your puzzles. You can, as my horses were going off, I could say over and they knew to straighten out. So he won't understand that, I don't think. I don't feel he has that right connection with it yet. So let's see if we can't ask him to over your gloves. I don't care where you stand. Actually, I want you to line him up with his shoulder here, his hind end here, you here, and you're standing at the saddle. And you're going to over him to you over that. Yeah, but towards you. Good. Good boy. Yep. So this is where we could help him by kind of giving him a little motion towards his nose. It's almost like you want to give him a cube of sugar right before I come. Little energy boost. I was going to say, he's about to do it only in his annoyance. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so we're going to ask him to over it the rest of the way. Ask him to back up a little bit. So you can back and over, possibly. Good. Good. Good boy. Yep, and then just guide his front end towards you also. Yep. So it's a very gentle guide with the front end, otherwise you're going to spin his tail away again. Good. And, yep. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad she came. I sent her a text message saying I'll leave her vest with you if she was going to come here. Just a headache, huh? I do too. I do too. All right, bud. Let's see. Ooh. All right, we need you. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest you over it as a driving sideways first. So drive him over it. And then you're going to drive. I would say even do it 3 times. Drive him over it, drive him over it, drive him over it, and then try. Yep. And then try from the over so he can make that connection that it's patterned.
Should I say over when I'm doing it?
Not when you're driving him. Nope. Somebody's coming over. Morning. Good, 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 good. So ideally the front feet and the back feet would go together. That's okay. It's okay though. We're going to do it 3 times anyway. So hopefully the 3rd time he'll get all his feet involved. Did you get my message? Okay. Yeah, I think it's just a urinary tract infection, but she's uncomfortable, so I don't want to. I have to pay the extra just to make sure she gets on her antibiotics. Now he wants to over. See, I hate to undo what he knows, but I'm thinking this still looks a lot like, unless. Yeah, he's just putting a lot of effort into it. Okay, can I borrow him for a split second? Because I just want to help him understand kind of what we're trying to do here without. Here. Good. 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 Not forward. Good. 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 Good job. Good. 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 Here. Back. 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 Come on, wake up. Back. Nope, nope, nope. All right, come on, bud. Yes. Nope, nope, nope. There you go. Pay attention. Yep, yep. There you go. Good. Want to look and chew for a second? Big sigh instead. Yeah, swish of the tail. Back. 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 Hey, back still means back. Good. Over. Over. Yep. Nope. Over. Over. Yep. Yep. Nope. Nope. Over. Yep. 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 Just back up a little bit. Yep. You're right. Over. Pay attention. Nope. 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 Over. 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 Good. Over. Good. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Over. Yes, you're right. Good. Yes. Over. 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 Good job. Good job. Sorry about that. All right, so now he knows what we want. Yeah, good boy. You can do that. I don't know where to scratch you where you're not going to get staticky, so I don't want to be mean to you.
I know.
It's like you're trying to do something nice, but it's not really nice. Okay, so go ahead. Now that he's definitely got it on his mind, go ahead and ask him to do it. So the only thing to do the over the block. I think your position for both is what's confusing him. You know, because you're saying side, but you're still standing in the same push position. And it's almost like you have to change it up just a little bit.
Okay.
When you do side, do you do more of like a push? Good boy. Then maybe you can, even if you don't want to snap, you could do something like a wave over.
Okay.
So it has to, like, this will look different, right? This looks different than this.
Yeah.
Because I think he's seeing this and he's not knowing which one it means.
Okay.
Unless you want to be very, you know,
We can do
your
that.
words have to be so crisp for his hearing.
Yep.
But it just, I think it's, to me even, it looks like, oh, he has to guess. It kind of looks like he has to guess which way you mean.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you saw too, at the end, that last one, I just gave a little where it just made a tiny noise on the snap. I really actually wasn't wiggling it. I was just making the snap make noise just to help assist him in his don't go forward. But I didn't have to say it. You know what I mean? It just kind of had to keep a hint of that. So just make sure when you start him where he's kind of closer with his front feet. They're always better off to have their front heels closer than their back.
Let me try.
So honestly, I don't know if you've always kind of had this delicate flower thing with him, or if it's just because he hasn't been feeling well. And I don't mean that you have to get loud with him. I just mean that your energy is so like tipping toeing around a sleeping baby with him. And I'm not sure if that's assist, because see, he woke up, he started breathing harder when I was working with him, but he wasn't offended by me. He was just like, oh, okay, we're doing something. Where I think you kind of help him stay that sleeping baby. And I'm not sure if it's because he hasn't been feeling well or if you kind of always are delicate around him. Okay. So just kind of treat him like he's, you know, so his front, back him up a little bit. His front feet need to be closer to that. He's like, but I know. Good. So go ahead and help him be a star. Just kind of look the part. Good. So anytime they make that kind of effort, and it was something that they were struggling with, when they say, oh, wait, is this what you want? That's not, to me, that's not an assumption. You know, like when you just get there and you've been over there for 10 minutes, now all of a sudden they come in and go, oh, block, I'm going to, you know, then they're assuming. But that was something he was struggling with. So when he says, oh, this, that's when you want to say, yeah, yeah. And then just kind of look the part, like you asked for it. So that way he feels like he's not being made wrong for finally getting the right answer. Yep, yep. And this time try to make it your cue, but good. Good boy. Cassie, stop. Good, good. So you're gonna over him, and if you stand there, he'll bring his butt all the way to you. So you wanna stay in the saddle area. Yep. There you go. Yep. Yep. He's thinking about it. Good boy. Yep. Good. 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 Keep backing up. Good. Good. Yep. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. So your position's also going to have to matter in this case because he was so confused before. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you actually do two parts now. I'm going to have you change it up so that way he does know there's a difference, but based on where you're standing. Okay, so this is where it's more of a lesson for you than it is for him. So we're going to do that block, and you're going to be at his rib cage for that over that block. Then you're going to take a step towards his shoulder, towards his nose, and you're going to ask for just the tail. Okay, so this way he's going to know this means I'm coming over when you're at my ribs, all of me. This means just bring my tail over. And then you're going to go back to the ribs, and I'm going to put another block where he's standing. You're going to go back to the ribs, and you're going to over him over that other block. So I'm going to make an L with the blocks. Okay? You're going to stand at his ribs to get him to where he's standing right now. Then you're going to step in towards his nose and ask for just the tail. Okay. Then you're going to ask for the over, and then you're going to step back into the ribs and ask for the over the other block. Okay? Right. Your position is what we're teaching him. So you're going to start exactly where we were. So your position is at the saddle, all four legs. Yes. Yep. So we're teaching him where you stand determines how many feet move. We still want all the over towards you, but now you're teaching him where you stand matters too. You need to be more towards the saddle. There you go. There you go. Now, you're going to step more into his throat latch and put your hand out, kind of out and around. Yep. And ask for just the tail to come towards you. Yeah, you still say over. It's over means come towards me. So now we just don't want the front feet involved, that's all. Good boy, you're right. Yep. Good boy. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. Good boy. Yep. Just stop the forward a little bit. So catch his tail up. So just now, yep, just his tail. Yep. Good boy, but tip his nose a little and get just his tail. Yep, good boy, you're right. There you go, he's got it. You're right, good boy. Good boy. Yep, there you go, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yep, you're right, yep. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so it's actually really good for you to do because it'll help you if we ever do puzzles where, say, we're backing through something and you need to straighten them out. You can either step out here to yield them away or step out here to bring them over.
Yeah.
Where,
I feel the difference.
right? Because if you watch, like sometimes when I'm doing stuff like that with my horses, you'll just see me go like this, and they know what that specific position means. Okay. This way, so I'm going to do this with you again because I want his tail to get more crisp, and then I want it more obvious. It wasn't too obvious that you had gotten back into the saddle position. I know. You know, so I literally want you. Yeah, yeah. So it's not a distinctive enough. Okay. You know, you're kind of here and then here. So we want it distinctive. I want your whole body to come. So stand in his little white spot here. Okay? And then when you want just his tail, stand where you can put your hand on his cheek. Okay. And get just his tail. Like just kind of, you're going to almost turn in front of his chest. Okay. And ask for just the tail. Then when you want all of him, get back in this white spot. And then if you need, just the tail. And he'll pick up on that body language, especially if just the tail would require you to put your hand out. Because I probably always would do that, would put my hand out so he knows nothing to do with your front end. Right. I just need your tail. Okay. Ready? I can't believe how much he's shedding. I mean, I can, but he's pretty young to be too worried. No. Because then that's something you have to make sure you have with you if you ever needed the over. So anything like cookies, I don't want to always have to make sure I have something that means that for them. Whatever my body can do for them. But I mean, if you think you're always going to have a clicker on you, I'm certainly not opposed to it. Good boy. Yeah. Yep. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Now, see, I'm going to tell you something. Did that look like that made more sense to him? He seemed to really know what you meant. Good job. Good job. If he has to take that front left foot forward, don't correct him because you need it forward a little bit anyway. Yeah, just make sure it's a gentle one. Good. Now make sure you're at that white spot. There you go. It's okay. Got a little scared. It's okay. It's okay. He just got worried. So just back him up till his front feet are closer to that. Just the tail. Yep. Yep. Just the tail. Go boy. You're right. You can, yeah, you can block him from backing up. Good. You're right. You're right. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Yep. Back. Good. Now you can try the saddle position and see if he's. You can turn that off if that's going to bother you. Do you ever forget after to go and take that pill, or I just would be worried that if you shut it off and then you just get busy doing something else. There you go. 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 Good. Good. So what would have helped him actually, because he was already in movement, would have actually been to then jump a little bit closer to his flank for him to catch up his tail. So you can actually catch up his tail both ways. You can, but when you're standing here, I don't want you to go all the way back to his tail to then have to walk his over. But when he's coming sideways and he's lacking a little bit, you can take a step closer to the tail to say, this part, you know, as opposed to jumping to the front. You can jump a little bit more this way and say, hey, catch up your tail. Okay. You can do that. I think he's going to understand that just as easily as he's understanding the other part. So you can try that, but that might have helped just now to get the hind-ended catch up.
Well, the reason I was in the front was because I had to back him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't want him to.
Right, right. So ideally, your goal would be to graduate to 2 poles, but I don't trust his stability right now to be rolling around on the poles until he's fully understanding this. So right, right. And then if he gets it, if he just doesn't get the understanding of, that's only sideways, not sideways and any forward, we get him caught up on this, it's an easy recovery. That's a harder recovery. Okay, so go ahead and do that again. And just be very conscious of where you're standing so he can learn that where you're standing is what we're doing. Good boy. Good. Good. Now just, yes. Good boy. You might even get that over with that step up. There you go. Good. Good. Ooh. Good. Yep, catch his tail up. Catch his tail up. It's okay. So in that case, even you might have gotten away with just jumping to the tail in your position. Would have helped him maybe understand it's just the back legs you're talking about. Because I think you're still kind of spending a little bit too much time in this black spot to where it's a little gray.
All right.
So maybe trying to jump back here would help him best understand that you're only talking to the back feet.
That's his frustrated side.
It's like the top of a can of some sort. The vest came out really nice, by the way. But I think you're going to like that you went with the large. Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's what we were going to do today, but I really want to get my dog comfortable. Good, good, good. Good boy. Now I would get towards the front for just the tail under that circumstance, because now it is just the tail, not any other incorporation. Yep. Good, 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 good. Yep, one more. Set him up to succeed, so that hind end still needs to get caught up a little bit more. Good boy. Now it's just over. Yep, yep. Good, good. So that time he actually perceived the jumping to the back as driving energy. Good, so it didn't, yep. It's okay. Yeah. No, I'm trying, because I'm actually trying to figure out what's going to work best for him, because he's not trying. He's, he's giving as much effort as he absolutely has to. He's not.
When once I get him for that one, he knows to start that pivot.
Right.
Maybe just leave him alone, see how far he will. Because I think I'm starting to get.
You're interrupting him too soon. So why don't you, as a cue to him though, because I want him to know that it has to be on your command, because otherwise he's just doing the puzzle by himself. So you want to tell him the over to here, and then give him a stand. So like take your hand just below the snap and give him a pull down as a stand, so he knows his front feet stand. And then just see from there, can you over his tail, but don't do anything else. And see how long, as long as you stood his front feet, maybe you can get, because I want his hind end facing that way. Right now it's still going to the corner. So it's almost not fair to ask for the sideways because he's not set up to succeed. So we want to make sure that his tail is literally facing the bridge before we start asking for the over. So what I would do is I would do my over here, step in here, I'd stay his front feet, focus on asking his hind end to come over, and then just pivot with him. Don't get anywhere else. So as his body starts to move around, just kind of pivot out of his way. But don't get any closer to his saddle. And then when you're ready, then make a very deliberate step into the saddle position and then over him from there. I think that, because I'm trying to figure out what's going to make it more clear for him. He seems to be stuck in a gray zone, and I don't think he's not trying. I think he's just kind of like, I don't have to give a lot of effort here. But I don't think he's not trying, but I do feel like he's kind of guessing his way through it.
Well, I think he understands.
He understands the command, yes. But what he's guessing is, what part of me right now? That's the part he's guessing. See, look, he's ready to do some more. Yeah, all the time when I lead, that's where I expect my horses to be. Just watch your rope dragging in front of them. Yep. I just feel people who say horses should go behind you when you lead them is out of respect. I mean, I get that in the herd situation, but if they don't respect you enough, you are not anything but a speed bump to them if something scares them. Good. So see if you can make that more of a wiggle where it just kind of bumps, yeah, as opposed to a tug. Because I think the tug helps get him out of position. Good. Yep. And then as he starts coming to you, you keep backing up and keeping that same distance that he's supposed to travel towards you. He has these little communications with his tail. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Yep. Good. Nice end effort anyway. Good. So now do it as a stand stay and then over his tail. So okay. Yep. Good boy. There you go. Now you be obvious about now it's all your feet. Good. 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 Good job. Okay. Good job. Okay. He put in a little effort at the end there. He doesn't have a bad attitude. He just has a absent attitude. But this might be nap time. We may find that we're always interrupting nap time. Yep. Yep. Now it's a matter of just being 100% about where you're standing to help him. I like those last couple steps. He had little deliberate stepping there. Good. Yep. So when he took that first step with his left foot, it was obvious he was going to take a walking step with that right foot. So now I want to make sure that you can read. So you didn't see that he was definitely going to go forward, right? Yeah, he was definitely going to go forward. When he took that first left stride, where their toe points kind of tells you what they're going to do. Okay, so that first left stride was pointed that way. So he had no choice but to decide that if this foot's going to do anything, it's got to go forward no matter what. So kind of pay attention to. I mean, I think I finally realized that that's what I have to teach people is where their toes pointed. It helps you. So if his toe had pointed this way, he's going to go sideways. If his toes pointed this way, he has no choice, but he's going to go forward.
Okay.
And I don't know if I just realized in the last like week or so that that's how I read that.
Right.
But you'll see once you can see that, it's going to be real obvious to you. Ooh, no, he needs to. And then when you shift his tail to straighten him back up, that toe will pivot in the ground.
Okay.
And then once it's pointing that way, now you have a good shot at going sideways again. But anytime the toes pointed, like if you asked him now to try to go sideways, the way his toe is pointed, he's going to go sort of forward in order to do it. Good. So now, right now, you have a good shot at sideways. But there's a tendency he might turn that. You still have a good shot at sideways. Now he might go forward. There you go. Good. Good. See, I never really tried to figure out where I look. Yep. Good. 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 Now you still have a chance of sideways there. Good. Good. Stop the forward still. One more over. Good. Good. Because we don't want him to.
He moved, I moved. So.
Yeah. And we don't want them to ever. We don't want to quit them at the puzzle. Oh, there's a piece of can I found. I think he knocked it down. We don't ever want. I always want them to take that one step past the end of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Because if we start convincing them the puzzle's over as soon as their hind feet get kind of near it, then they quit us. They turn us off. So I want them to think there might be something. This might not be the last thing we're doing. We may come over here and side pass over this one too. So you can't quit here.
Okay.
You know. In fact. Like, oh no, there's more. No, not completely. First time, I want you to drive him over all of them. So I want you to stand off this shoulder here. All your focus is on his ribs. You're going to push him sideways. Then you're going to, again, it's a position thing. You're going to step. So you're going to be here, sideways. Then you're going to go, that's your position change. Yep. So, because this is, you can be straight up and down for this one. Just your tail. And a slight, if you need to, slight connection to the nose. Then as soon as that tail does what you want, you're back here. Okay? So you're going to sideways him over this. Position change. Sideways. So your body. So we're training your body today because he's in such slow motion that it's good because it helps you work through your mechanics. Once you're position, and now it has to be obvious because if you stay like this and then start to think over, he's going to end up hitting it with his back feet. So your position again. Your position. Your position.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. And anytime you do puzzles, especially when you're going to change it up, is if he's not super advanced at what you want, never change directions. Like, don't suddenly do it in a different direction. Just advance the direction you're going or change it up, but still using that position. So, like, that's what we're going to do. We're going to advance and change it up, but we're going to keep going in the same direction. No reason to ask him to change complete pages. So where are you in relation to telling him to do that over? Right? You're on the opposite side of him. It's okay.
Well, he just assumed.
He assumed because you were kind of, yeah, because you were just trying, you got hyper focused on just stopping the forward. So get in the position and then you can stop the forward from the proper position. Good boy. Especially if is your main goal is to do liberty, all your body language is absolutely going to matter. Good. He stopped. Now just the tail. So make sure it's more of a step out and a little bit of a control of his nose if necessary. Yep. Yep, there you go. Good. Now, straighten up, you. Don't tilt your head. Straighten up. Focus on his rib cage. Don't get in front of him. Yep, there you go. Focus on his rib cage. Focus on his rib cage. Focus on his rib cage. Now a little bit on his tail. Yep. Yep. Yep, his tail should just move this time. Good, good, good. Now, only his tail. Back, back. His front feet have to get way closer. Good. 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 Okay. So, it's still going to be about your position. It's okay. Okay. So just remember, it's all about your position. That's what's going to help him. Because if your main goal is to do liberty with him, your position has got to be what he learns. Okay. Oh, it just occurred to me that I use my phone as my alarm. My phone is the camera, so I don't know what time it is. Yep. Just ribs. Yep. Yep. Good. 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 Back. Back. You should not be dead center on him. You should be off to the side. Your body. There you go. Yep. Just ribs. Walk with him. Walk with him. Good. Good. Now just tail. Yep. Now you'd be even more stepped out around his shoulder for the tail. Yep. 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 Good. 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 Back. 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 Good. Good. Stay off to the side of him and go with him as you go down. Ribs. 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 A little bit of tail. A little bit of tail. Get back over there for the tail. There. There you go. So you realize where you were most of the time. Only once were you a little too in front. See, he has to be able to see you out of that eye much more clearly. So just kind of always remember which eye you're supposed to be paying attention to so that they can see you better. But that was really good. I think you could probably even do that pretty fluently now. So give her a whirl. Oh, he's not hating it. His attitude hasn't changed in any way. Yeah, he's about to assume, just so you know. So now you want to make sure that you don't get dead center. It's a pushing energy. So his shoulder actually needs to be communicated with first. Good. Yep, 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 yep. Right? Good. Definitely tail a little bit first. There. Very nice. Now, ribs, and go with him. Stay on that side of him, though. Stay on that side of him. There you go. Just tail. Excellent. Back, 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 back. Stay on that side of him, and ribs and a little more upright for you. There you go. There you go. Good job. So, no. Yes, you were talking to him. Yeah. Let me. I don't know if my phone will tell me what time. Can you tell me what time it is, just so? Because now my phone probably has an alarm going off like crazy right now. Okay, so the alarm's been going off for 5 minutes. It won't ruin the video, I don't think, but I definitely would have an alarm going off for the last 5 minutes, which just means